But before directly jumping into the advanced concept, I always feel that building a strong foundation is also very important. So let's start this module by understanding the basic definition of startup. Now, if you Google it, you will easily find so many different types of definition for startup, like developing a business model with some co-founders, solving a new problem with the help of technology. And all these definitions are correct. I'm not saying these are wrong, but if you ask me about a very basic single line definition of startup, I'll say startups are usually a tech scalable business with high growth potential. Now, in this complete line, there are two most important keywords: tech scalable business and high growth potential. And we'll understand these 2 points, because if you are able to understand these two important keywords, you can easily create a big startup. Remember, startup are tech scalable with high growth potential. And we'll understand these 2 points with the help of so many examples, with the help of cost structure, with the help of business model, with the help of... But if I want to give you a very fair idea about this startup, anything in which you can integrate the technology and you can scale the technology up to any level, that is a startup. For example, if you really want to create the next big thing like Facebook or Instagram, you will be creating a social media app, and you just need 10-20 developers to build that social media app, and then you can run campaigns on Google, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Snapchat about that social media app, and you can onboard people and create a network effect, and then you can simply scale that startup from any part of this world, no matter you are in the United States or you are sitting in China or maybe any part in India or Southeast Asia. You can easily scale that startup to any extent you want, because you do not need to hire a lot of people in those geographies. You do not need to pay a lot of people that much amount of salary. You just need to create online campaigns, a good product, and you just need to market it. We'll understand about these two terms in a very detailed way in the next slide. But before that, let's understand why government is supporting this startup and innovation. And to simplify the situation, I will also give you an example, but in simple terms, nations are built by their businesses, which simply means that all the big countries are built by their businesses. If you look at countries like United States, all the companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all these companies are paying huge amount of taxes to the US government, and then US government is utilizing those kind of taxes for building a strong infrastructure, a strong legal compliances, providing good amount of wage and fare to the people. And that's how countries are built. So if you look at companies like Amazon, they have spread worldwide. They are collecting a lot of revenue, profits from different parts of the world. And in return, they are paying a huge amount of taxes to the US government. And same thing goes with all the big tech companies you can imagine, no matter in United States, in China, or in India. Those companies are paying huge amount of taxes, and that's how government is building the country or the nation with the help of those taxes. Because government also knows that we are living in a world of hyper connected technology. So if they really want to create a strong economy and a strong business, then they have to promote the innovation and startup in their countries. And that is why you will see government promoting a lot of startups, a lot of innovation centers, just because they can see a long-term future in this game. Now, I will take a very simple example just to make you understand that how a single company have created so many opportunities around it, and how a company is also creating a kind of a network effect. For example, Amazon started its operation in 1994. At that point of time, internet was not very much penetrated into the market. Only few scientists and scholars were using it. But Amazon was carrying a vision of people shopping online, and that's why when Amazon started in 1997, other companies was not there. Slowly, eBay also starting catching up with Amazon. And looking at the scale of e-commerce, slowly Target and Walmart also start catching up in e-commerce. So you can easily see that because of Amazon, these three companies also came to the market. Not only e-commerce companies, because of Amazon, other small e-commerce player will also start coming. You can easily see brands like Hims and Hers, Warby Parker, Wish, Instacart. So all these small companies which are there in men's grooming, grocery delivery, e-commerce, these companies will also start selling their product online. And the main reason behind that is because Amazon already have established a big e-commerce market. So these companies also want to utilize in other categories. Now, this is all about the e-commerce opportunities which were created by Amazon and other companies are utilizing for their purpose. But not only e-commerce, Amazon also have created a lot more opportunities in other areas as well. So Amazon have their own payment integration, but if these small e-commerce players also want to integrate the payment technology, or obviously they also need to accept a lot of payment from different customers, then they need a payment gateway. And that is why companies like Stripe and PayPal are doing pretty good in the market. So these e-commerce players just need to integrate Stripe and PayPal using their Shopify account, their Magento, or their WooCommerce account, and they can easily accept payment from any part of this world using Stripe and PayPal as a payment gateway. So these companies are also indirectly get benefited from the e-commerce boom which came into the US. Not only e-commerce or payment gateway provider, Amazon also have created a lot more opportunities in logistic partners. So if you look at the companies like UPS, FedEx, Flexport, all these companies are indirectly got benefited from Amazon, because when Amazon have created a new market in the country, in that situation, UPS is delivering a lot of parcels, FedEx has also started delivering parcels of these small e-commerce players, although Amazon have their own logistic partners. But when one company is creating a new market, then other companies will also need some sort of help or logistic partners to ship their product. And companies like UPS and FedEx are doing pretty good. And also Flexport, which is also a freight forward kind of company. So long story short, if I want to define the complete situation in a smaller circle, then more startup is equal to better product. Better product is equal to more innovation. And because better products are there, more innovation is happening, then those companies needs to expand globally to get their return on investment. And if they are expanded globally, in that situation, they will get more revenue, and that more revenue, more profit will get more tax. And because a country is getting more tax, then obviously it can end up building a strong economy. So that's how countries are getting benefited from different startups. Also, there are so many micro factors, like a startup will give more job to the people, so it will reduce unemployment. When unemployment is less, crimes are also going to be less, because people are so busy in their jobs. And if crime is less, then a country will become more prosperous and more happy. And there are so many small factors which are related with jobs, with employment, with economy, with infrastructure, with sanitation. You can count hundreds and hundreds of those small micro factors.